Hey guys, so you stopped by this video because you saw that I was able to save over $10,000 in a year while paying off debt. Now, without further ado, my name is Red and I'm going to be here throughout this entire process to show you exactly how you can save over $10,000 within a year. So let's get into this process right now on how we can do this. Also, if you stick to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a huge tip on how you can build wealth from this process. Now guys, I really have a serious question that I really want to ask y'all, and I want you to think about it. Now, when most people think about interest rate and someone asks you, would you take a 5% interest rate or would you take a 15% interest rate? Most people are going to go for that 5% interest rate, correct? But what if I told you I would go for that 15% interest rate? So let me show you exactly why I would choose that 15% over that 5%. The reason is, if you knew what the interest rate on an amortized loan is, you would be thinking differently. Now, an amortized loan actually is a loan that is used for pretty much every single type of loan that is out there, whether it be a personal loan, a mortgage loan, an auto loan. It's used in the same exact way. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. I'm going to bring it up on the screen right now. This here is an amortization loan calculator. Let's start by putting in a loan type of a mortgage, loan amount of $100,000. Loan term is 30 years. Interest rate is going to be 5%, like we mentioned. Calculate. So mortgage. His monthly payments are going to be $536.82. Total that you will pay overall is going to be $193,256. Total interest paid is $93,256. Now let's move on down. So this is the part that I'm really interested in showing you. With a 5% interest rate, you're going to be starting off paying $417 in the interest and only $120 into the principal. And you're only going to knock that down for 1 month, $99,880. On the second one, another $416. Principals are going to be $121. $99,759. You see how this interest is so high and you're barely putting anything into the principal. Well, this is what I'm going to show you on how you can skip all this interest and just pay straight into the principal, knocking that interest out of the way. Now that you know what an amortized loan is and how the interest rate works on this per month, let me move over to a credit card. Let me move over to a credit card and show you exactly how a credit card interest works. Okay guys, I have most of this already drawn out. So here is how a credit card interest works. So on this credit card, there's $3,000 already on it at the very beginning of the month, on the first. Everything on the left, on the vertical, is how much money is on that card. On the horizontal line is 1 through 30. Those are the days that they are on it. So it starts off with $3,000. You get paid $800 every single paycheck, and you get paid twice a month, on the 1st and the 15th. Since there's $3,000 on this card, you're going to take that $800 on the 1st and subtract it from $3,000. You're at $2,300, and it stays at that limit for 15 days. Then on the 15th, you get paid another $800. So now the limit is down to $1,500, and it's on there for 7 days. Moving on to the $2,500. Now the $2,500 comes from the expenses you have for that month, including your mortgage. So it's pretty much your lifestyle and everything that goes along with the expenses, whether it's your car, loans, other things that you have to pay for. That's going to be factored in there, and I put that at $1,000. So it goes back up to $2,500, and it stays at that limit for 8 days. Going on down, this part is where we actually calculate for a whole month or for a pay period. So So for a pay period, you have to calculate how much is something for a certain amount of days. So that's why I have this already set up for you. The 2,300 times 15 is 34,500. 1,500 times 7 is 10,500. 2,500 times 8 days is 20,000, and that equals a total of 65,000. And you divide that by 30. That will give you your average, which is $2,166.66. Now remember, the APR was 15%. So the 15% is divided by 12, however many months are in a year, and your average for the month is going to be $1.25%. You take the 1.25% and you turn it into a decimal number. So down here at the bottom, as you can tell, 0.0125, and then you times it, or you take 2166.66 times it by 0.0125. In the end, you're going to pay $27.08 for that month. Now, if you remember back on the amortized loan, you're going to pay $417 for that first month. Let's actually go back to that amortized loan and show you what would happen if I took the $3,000 from that amortized loan and put it into this credit card. All right, here we are back in the amortized loan. As you can tell, that very first month was $417, like I mentioned, compared to the $27.08. So if you look over here at the principal, it's $120, and the balance. Now, it started off at 100 grand. Say you took that $3,000 that I mentioned earlier and you put it towards a credit card, and you took it straight from the principal of this loan. So if you actually look at it and you go down the balance, you take $3,000 from the balance, the specific balance of the principal. You go all the way down to here towards $97,000. Where is it? Right here. See, $97,106. I mean, that's a little bit more, but we're just trying to round about right now. So you would take $3,000 out from this, and you would already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 months taken off that loan. Also, you skip all this interest. So let's go ahead and add that interest up. We have $2,078 plus $4,936, and we're going to go all the way down to 406 of April 2022. Actually, sorry, 405 June 2022. So we add all that up too. So if we remember correctly, we're going to add up 2,078 plus 4,936 plus 408 plus 407 plus 407 plus 406 plus 406 plus 405 equals $9,453. You saved by putting $3,000 into the principal. You also took off 22 months of interest from that loan. But you have to make sure that you can pay money towards that actual principal. That is very important. You have to be able to pay that money towards the principal, or else this will not work. Also, this process is only for 6 months. So if you did this process for a whole another 6 months, you could be saving up to $18,000 in a year. Okay guys, so now you know why I would choose the 15% interest rate instead of that 5% interest rate. So the 15% interest rate on the credit card compared to that 5% interest rate on the amortized loan, which I told you is a part of every single loan that you get. And we were able to actually show you how you were able to save over $10,000 in a year and pay down that debt fast. And what's so great about it is this process is actually what I was explaining before. It's velocity banking, and this is how amazing velocity banking can be for you and how it can really help you out paying that debt off and actually saving money in the long run as well. Now here's that tip at the end that I mentioned earlier, if you stuck around through the entire video, is how you can build wealth. Now every single year as you're paying off that actual house or that mortgage, appreciation actually goes up by 4% on that house. So every year it's worth $4,000 more. So that's how you can build that wealth with that house. And people think, well, why am I going to put all my money into this house? Well, the funny thing is, in one of my later videos I'm going to bring out is I'm going to show you how you can refinance that house and get cash back and then put it into another investment. And we do the same process over again. Also guys, I really want to thank you very much for actually sticking around in these videos. Also, I want to thank my friends and family on Facebook for really supporting me right now. And I hope to see y'all in another video later on down the road. If you really like this video as well, go ahead, smash that like button, and go ahead and subscribe so that way you can see more videos later on down the road as well. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down at the bottom. Thank you.